Amanda Oliver flees across state lines, going to great lengths to make sure her stalker ex-husband, Stephen Beach, can't find her.
I really had hoped that Steve would have just kept away, far away, but it didn't happen.
I started seeing this red Blazer drive by us, and I would see somebody who kind of looked like him.
Amanda wonders if she's just being paranoid, but she's not. Stephen has found her.
I was getting my kids into our truck, and Steve drove through the alley and yelled a whole bunch of profanity at me.
I found you!
I was just crying, going, oh my God, this is just so wrong.
As Stephen drives off, a terrified Amanda calls 911.
And the police said that is perfectly legal. When he's driving up and down my street past my house, that is perfectly legal. If he's not caught on the property, there's nothing they can do. I felt unsafe. I felt that he could be anywhere.
Amanda has no doubt that she's in real danger. And before long, Stephen strikes again.
Amanda had taken her kids to a wading pool. It was not too far from her house, and she saw him.
My mental state at that point, I don't even have a word for. I thought he was going to start trying to get closer and closer and closer.
It freaked her out when she saw him.
It was just terrifying.
Amanda is beside herself and rushes home with the children. There, Heath tells her shocking news.
You said you saw him. You said you
Yeah, I did. I was at the waterfront.
Stephen had moved to La Crosse, and it was like several blocks away. I was very concerned.
Oh my God.
Stephen moving to a new neighborhood is one thing. Stephen moving into her neighborhood is a whole nother. This is really getting scary. At this point, I don't think there's a lot of hope for Stephen to stabilize and stop this obsession and this stalking.
Even more disturbing, after some research, Amanda finds out that Stephen has been convicted of lewd and lascivious acts with a child, which means he is a registered sex offender.
I'm not surprised that Stephen has gone after an underage person. If you think about it, he's all about control, and children are more pliant, they're more easily controlled. But now he's a little more dangerous too. He's a different kind of predator. Not only has he stalked his wife, but now he's preying on children.
Now, more than ever, Amanda fears her children could be in danger. She digs deeper, looking for more information.
I looked him up on the registered sex offenders website.
She discovers that Stephen hasn't disclosed his current address to local authorities, which is against the law. She decides to use this information to her advantage.
I called the police. I felt, if this is going on and I know about it, I'm going to report it.
Amanda's courageous call nets results. Officers act immediately and are able to arrest Stephen for violating the conditions of his parole. In March of 2009, he is sentenced to 30 days in county jail.
It wasn't for nearly long enough, but I was happy that he was not out on the streets and able to get to her at least for a short period of time.
But this time, Amanda believes her quick and decisive action sends a strong message to Stephen. She will no longer allow him to take control of her life.
It infuriates me. He put me through so much. I'm not going to stand for that.
When Stephen is released from jail, he doesn't contact Amanda. To everyone's surprise and relief, it appears as if he's finally moved on. But Amanda will always be looking over her shoulder.
Unless Steve gets put in prison for life, I will always wonder if he's going to go after Amanda again.
I still think about Steve and where he is because I'm a little worried, that he'll pop up or something will happen.
But Amanda's not the same person she was when Stephen first started stalking her.
One person will tell one thing, and then that This experience has changed me for the better. I think it's made me a stronger person. It's made me learn a lot about myself. I stopped having nightmares, and I stopped being so skittish and afraid.
Stephen's stalking left Amanda with serious scars. She was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, which is common among victims of stalking. With the help of therapy, she's doing better and has returned to school to pursue a career in microbiology. Fortunately, Amanda's been able to put this terrible ordeal behind her.